Hey, Collective and Soul Tribe, happy Friday. Woo, 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 woo. All right, happy Friday, you guys. Okay, today is November 14th. You guys already know who have been on my channel. Once you see this white piece of paper here, you know what's up. Okay, we are going to be decoding angel numbers. All right, so I was kind of sleeping because, I had other priorities that I had to take care of in my own life, okay? But now we're back on the mission. We're back on it. We're back and we're better, okay? So let's get started and see what you guys might need to, know when it comes to angel numbers and decoding them, and also just getting a better understanding of how to decode them. Now, obviously, I'm just sharing, different ways of learning how to do angel numbers and decoding them. But you guys can also go online and, do your own research and also do your own little homework if you guys want to as well, right? That is just the whole point of it all. Being able to, see the information that you're getting and then going back to see if it's actually the case, but then doing your own research as well and understanding, just so that you can get a little bit of a deeper knowing, right? Just because I say something doesn't mean it has to be true. Okay, so yeah, let's get started, guys. So I hope you guys are having a really good Friday so far. I actually wanted to do a really huge number that you guys could probably be seeing and stuff like that. Again, I know sometimes angel numbers come as singular, double digits, triple digits, and quadruple digits, right? So sometimes it's good to learn how to decode all of it and, get an idea, right? So let's just pick a random number. You guys know I like to pick random numbers when I do these. So let's see. I'm going to do blue today. Okay, so let's pick a random number. Let's say some of you guys, right? You guys could resonate with this. You don't have to, but this could be confirmation for somebody. But say you see a number like, I don't know. Let's do this. Okay, say you see a number that is 2576. Okay. Now, obviously, I'm going to break it down into each number, okay? But obviously, when you add, 2 plus 5, okay, that's 7, plus 7, that's 14, plus 6, okay, that's 20, okay? So you get the number 20, okay? Now, when you break these down now into a singular digit, it goes down to 2, okay? So let's go in a little bit further, shall we? Okay. And don't mind my writing. I'm just trying to show you guys something, okay? Don't mind my writing, okay? So, and I'm not going to go too in depth because I don't want to confuse anybody, but I'll still give you enough information that you guys can kind of get an idea of how to look at these angel numbers from a different point of view, okay? So when we look at the number 2, okay, we're reading it from left to right. Okay, when we look at number 2, number 2 talks about balance, harmony, and partnerships. Okay, so I'm just gonna put here balance, harmony, and I think I had said partnerships, right? Yeah, partnerships. I bet you this is bleeding. Oh no, okay. I thought it was bleeding on the other side. Okay, so the number 5 talks about change, freedom, and adventure. I'm gonna write that down here. Okay, when we look at the number 7, okay, this is talking about spirituality, wisdom, and introspection. Okay, so this is gonna be for this. Okay, and then for 6, okay, 6 is talking about love, family, and nurturing. So I'm just going to write it like here, okay? Okay, and then again, we're back to 2, okay, which 2 talks about balance, harmony, partnerships. Okay, so I'm just going to write that down again because this is a repeated number. Okay, and then 0 is talking about divine source, infinite potential, and wholeness. Okay, so now, if we were to break this down, okay, because again, we basically have what we want, right? So for 2, this is about balance, harmony, partnerships, right? What are we trying to balance? What are we trying to harmonize? And exactly what partnerships do we need at this time? Okay, that's confirmation for some of you guys, right? Change, okay, with the number 5, freedom, adventure. So some of you guys, this could be seeing like angel number 222 or seeing 555, right? So it's like, what is it that you guys are changing or needing to change? And where in your life is that you need more freedom? And where is it that you need to take more adventure in what it is that you're trying to do? 7 talks about spirituality, wisdom, and introspection. So going within, okay, like with higher source, gaining wisdom and knowledge, okay, that could be the change and the freedom. So the change could be your wisdom, okay, the freedom could be your spirituality, and the adventure is you being able to go into introspection and learning more about who you are as a person, okay. Love, family, and nurturing. For some of you guys, this is about maybe what you do. So there's a balance that has changed in your spirituality and what you love. Okay, you're taking harmony and having freedom in the wisdom when it comes to family, community, or people who resonate with you. The partnerships that you are taking, you're moving in an adventurous, you know, type of energy, but the partnerships that you've taken adventure of, you're going in introspection to see what resonates and what doesn't resonate with you, and you're nurturing what does. Okay. In the end, okay, balance and harmony in partnerships. For some of you guys, this balance is divine source. So going into divine source is the change of spirituality. Harmony is infinite potential for some of you guys. So you guys are moving in a harmonious energy for infinite potential to come your way. And with the partnerships that you finally said to yourself, what do I want to nurture? That is where you guys are gaining wholeness. Okay, guys, so that's another way to look at it. I'm going to see if I can break this down even more, okay? So let me get back my Sharpie. So I'm going to do this. Okay, so when it comes to the number 2, the number 2, right? And especially with the balance, right? This is talking about what it is that you guys are trying to do at this time. So if you guys are trying to work towards your goals or whatever it is that you're, you know, trying to initiate, this is about you being the initiator, okay? So I'm going to say, well, yeah, I want to say the initiator because that's also what I had mentioned, you know, in the past as well. So I'm going to say the initiator for some of you guys, and even when it comes to self-starter, okay, and also when it comes to, well, actually, no. Initiator would be number 1. So let me cross that out because now when I think about it, because I'm doing this by memory. Number 2 is also talking about peacemaker. Okay, scratch this out, guys. It's about peacemaking, diplomating, union, and mediator because this is the number 2. Sorry, guys. So, again, like I said, so this is about the peacemaker. So I'm going to write this again. Okay, the peacemaker, the diplomat, okay, Union is also significant. And then we also have mediator. Okay, so ignore this because this was for number one. I don't know why in my mind that came up to me, but just ignore that. Okay, guys. But yeah, when it comes to number two, this is about the peacemaker, the diplomat, and also the union and mediator. Okay, and then when we look at number five, this is about travel. Okay, so I'm just gonna write travel. Okay, transformer is very significant. Explorer. Okay, and also we have liberator. Okay, number seven talks about the seeker. Okay, so I'm gonna write the seeker. Okay, we also have mystic. So some of you guys could be mystical. Okay, we have the visionary. And then we have analyst. Okay, for number six, right, we have the healer. Okay, harmonizer. Okay, caregiver could be very significant as well. Okay, or caregiving, and empath. Okay, and then so when we look at this, right, so we say the number two is someone who is a peacemaker, a diplomat, someone who likes union and mediation, right? So when you put these all together to make what this needs to be, because then again, we're going back to two again, this is the peacemaker. Okay, this is again, diplomat, union, okay, and mediator. Okay, and then zero talks about the void. Okay, so I'm gonna write, okay, and then I'm gonna say the all. Okay, unity is very significant, and also eternity. Okay, so now when we break these down, like, you know, into more terms, right? Basically, number two talks about the peacemaker. So the peacemaker is you. You could be trying to make peace in a situation, traveling, making movement towards it, seeking, okay, what it is that you're trying to heal, okay? Once you found out what it is that you tried to heal, you became in an energy where you were able to make peace of the void, okay? Making peace with the void means that you made peace with divine source, right? You know that there's a void, okay? And that void that you see is that what you need to work on or go towards, right? The diplomat, so making diplomatic choices, right? And transforming these choices. You could be someone who is very good at transforming diplomacy in a very mystical way. Okay, confirmation with the horn. Okay, and this is where harmonizing comes in for you. Okay, so you realizing that you're the harmonizer in the end of it all, it equals to you being the diplomat, having diplomacy for all. Meaning the collective, meaning source, meaning those all around you, seen and unseen forces too. Union, okay, when it comes to unionships, right? When it comes to union with self or others, for some of you guys explore these things. You're curious, so you're the explorer, the philosopher, right? Whatever this union that you see and you're exploring, you see something with your eyes, a vision. Okay, a vision of being able to caregive, okay? Caregiving doesn't have to be with other people. This could be with self, okay? The visions that you see, you give caring energy to it. You grow it, you plant seeds to it, right? Once you realize that you're the caregiver in the end of it all, union comes back into unity. So having union and unity with those around you in this moment is very significant, right? Being the mediator, okay, could be liberating for some of you. So liberation is very significant. Okay, this is the change. So you being the mediator and being liberated, okay, you are able to analyze certain things from a higher perspective because of your empathy. Okay, you being the empath, you realize that no matter where you go in this lifetime, you will always be a mediator for eternity. Okay, so take what resonates with that. Okay, guys. So now, when it comes to colors, I'm going to break that down too, because again, the colors are very significant for some of you too. So I'm just going to make little notes. I'm losing paper here, but I'm just going to make little tiny little ticks here. Okay, so again, going back to this energy of, like I said, we're going to talk about colors, okay? So the number 2 talks about soft pink and peach, okay? Again, that's the energy that you want to show up in. So maybe wearing the color soft pink and peach is significant, okay? For number 5, the color turquoise and aqua, okay, is significant. So I'm going to see if I can write it in here because it's the space is so small. Okay, and aqua. Okay, and then we also have here number 7, okay, which is talking about indigo and deep blue. And it's funny, I use these colors. I have no idea that, that this was going to come out this way, but this is the energy when it comes to colors. So indigo and deep blue is very significant. Okay, number 6 is, for some of you guys, yeah, number 6 is also, I think it's rose pink from my memory. So rose pink and emerald green. Okay, and then we also have, again, number 2. So this is, again, soft pink. And we have, and peach. Okay, and then also for this one, it's 0. Okay, so the color white. Okay, and also opalescent is very significant. The color, like that opal color. Okay, so obviously this is the energy that you guys could be seeing when it comes to colors and the frequency aura colors and things like that. Okay, another thing that I'm going to also see if I can try to touch on is not only just the colors but the frequency. Okay, the frequencies that you guys could be wanting to listen to and what that could be activating at that moment. Okay, so when it comes to frequencies, right, I'm going to see if I can get this color here. Some of these I have no space, so I might have to put it up here for some of you guys when it comes to the frequencies. Okay, so this one I can write it down here. I can write it down here, 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 and here. Okay. So when it comes to the frequencies, right, for some of you guys, the frequency that you guys could be wanting to listen to is Hertz 417, okay, and this is connected to the sacral chakra. Okay, this is what you guys, when it comes to like what you feel. Okay, so when it comes to your feelings and how you feel, this is the energy that you guys could be listening to when it comes to like Hertz. Okay, for the number 5, right, we're talking about throat chakra and heart chakra energy. Okay, change, right, so this is going to be 639, okay, Hertz. And again, like I said, this is going to be throat and heart chakra energy. Okay, for some of you guys, the number 7 is very significant as well. So 852 Hertz is talking about crown and third eye chakra. Okay, for some of you guys, when it comes to the number 6, right, this is talking about 741, third eye and heart chakra energy again. So these are the kinds of frequencies that you guys could be wanting to listen to when it comes to healing, sound healing. Okay, I think I said third eye and heart chakra, yeah. Okay, and then we go back to 2, okay, and this is going to be that 417 Hertz frequency. Okay, and 0 is talking about 108. Okay, this is like source universal field. So it's almost like getting a reset. okay, for some of you guys that resonate with this. But I'm going to end it here, guys. I hope this was really helpful and informative, being able to break it down and seeing like what that number could mean. But anyways, I'm going to end it here, guys. Again, thank you for the love and the support, and I hope this was very informative. I do apologize with this though, because again, I'm trying to remember certain things in my memory, so again, you can ignore that. But this is basically how I would break it down to understand what each angel number means. And then again, if you see like angel number 222, that means it's just amplified even more. So even when it comes to like you balancing out harmony and partnerships, that's just heightened even more when you see like 222 or seeing 555, right? But I'm going to end it here, guys. So please take what resonates with you when you see these decoding messages. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. All right, guys. Love you guys. Bye.